Football is back, and that is the theme of the stream tonight. Live from the Play Space, Keith Avalon for Play Games. Sam is producing tonight's show, and we're excited about football. The real-life pro football season starts in about an hour with the Eagles and the Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. So we thought we would follow that lead and give you the Eagles and Cowboys on our tabletop and on our screen. We were purposely vague about the exact game we were going to play. In fact, we're going to let you decide with a quick viewer poll that Sam is going to throw together here on screen in the chat room. We'll let you decide which Cowboys and Eagles game you would like us to play. We can either play the game with 2025 Fury football cards, sort of a look forward using the 2025 rosters. We can play the game with the just released 2024 Pro Season cards, which sort of a look backward a little bit, look back to last season, has a lot of the current players, although Micah Parsons is on the wrong team. I mean, he's on the Cowboys. Or we can look way back and play the game with the 1980 Pro Season team cards for second season. Both teams were 12-4 in 1980. It was actually a good matchup. And just like this year, the Eagles were coming off a Super Bowl appearance, although they did not win it in 1980. But those are your choices. You can go look forward to 2025 with Fury Football, 2024 season with Second Season Express, or the 1980 season with Second Season Express. Cast your vote in the viewer poll that we are putting on the screen right now. I'll give you a couple minutes to vote. And while you're voting, let me shift gears to in-season baseball. Actually, I'm a little bit wired right now after having played baseball all for a good chunk of the day. I quick played the entire rest of the Big League Baseball season using the instant results chart for History Maker Baseball. And I have a big sheaf of notes here. And you can see I got my schedule. I actually wrote the schedule down, game by game, and then marked who won. Here's my my tally sheet for the standings, and I'm about to reveal who won the pennant or who made the playoffs, how the regular season finished in both the American and National Leagues. In fact, as soon as Sam is done tinkering with the camera, I'm going to have him go to the game cam. So what we did was, and we've done this before. We haven't done it in the last couple of years. Last couple of years, we've done the World Series pre-play, which, by the way, will be happening in Davenport, Iowa, in 2 weeks. We'll play out. We'll have the World Series in September, and in the last couple of years, we've basically used the actual playoff field and worked from there. In years previous, though, we've been doing this since 2013. In previous years, we would quick play the entire rest of the season, starting sometime in September, all the way to the conclusion, and then we would have our own unique playoff field. So let me go to the game table cam, and I'll show you. These were the big league standings as of 8 a.m. this morning. AL East had Toronto on top by 3.5 games. Boston and New York tied at 3.5 games. The blue-toned headings are for the division winners if the playoffs started today, and of course the magenta color is for the wild card teams. There'll be 3 wild cards, 3 division champions in each league. I'll go over the playoff scenario, the playoff structure here shortly. So Toronto leading the AL East, Detroit with a 10-game lead over the Royals, and 10.5 over the Indians, or rather the Guardians in the AL Central, and then the AL West had Houston on top by 4 games over Seattle. In the NL East, Philadelphia with a comfortable lead over the Mets, the Brewers and the Cubs both winning regularly, but the Brewers with a 6-game lead, and then the Dodgers on top in the West by 2.5 games over the Padres. So I played the entire rest of the season with a quick play chart, recorded all the wins and losses, and here's how our standings ended. This is what it would look like as of 10 p.m. on the 28th of September, the last game having played. The Yankees won the AL East. They wound up winning. They were 18-5. What was their record? Let me get my little cheat sheet here. No, I've lost it. They were 18-5, I believe. There we go. Yes, 18-5, won the division by, as you can see, by a game over Toronto. Toronto didn't play badly, but In fact, the Jays had a chance to tie for the lead on the last game of the season, but they lost the Rays on the last game of the season, and that preserved the division crown for the Yankees at 95-67. Boston also played pretty well and claimed the wild card slot. Detroit hung on. They did not play that well over the last month of the season, but they well enough to hold off the Guardians, who were red hot. They finished 84-78. The Guardians actually snuck into the wild card mix there toward the end. Royals also played very well and were in the wild card discussion late. In the AL West, Seattle upended Houston. Houston started out, when I started this morning, they immediately went on a 7-game losing streak, and they managed to scramble back into it late. And in fact, last game of the season, Seattle is playing the Dodgers. It's an interesting scenario where had a game lead, and Seattle cemented that with a win, cemented the division title. So Houston managed to win enough games to get the 6th seed. They did make it as a wild card team, but as you can see, the standings were a little bit jumbled from where they were both here and here. On the NL side, the Phillies held on. 4-game lead over the Mets. Not much difference there. In the NL Central, again, not too much to talk about, except that the Cubs played just as well as the Brewers. They both finished 15-7 over the month of September, the remaining games. So the Brewers maintained their 6-game lead. They had the best record in baseball with 101 wins. But the Cubs, very strong. They won the top wild card seed. And then in the NL West, the Padres pulled it out over the Dodgers. As you can see, the Dodgers hold a 2.5-game lead as of right now. But in our project, the Padres came from behind. The Padres started out with a 12-game winning streak. They won 12 games in a row starting this morning at 10 a.m. when I was advancing the schedule. And the Dodgers just weren't able to keep up with that. And there you go. They wound up winning it by a game. Now, the interesting thing I was going to say was that the Dodgers and the Mariners played on the last game of the season. And if the Dodgers would have won, then because the Padres played the Diamondbacks and lost, so that set it up for the Dodgers to potentially pull into a tie for the lead. And if the Dodgers would have won, then that would have also caused a tie in the AL West. But as it turned out, the Mariners won, so the Mariners clinched the AL West and sent the Dodgers to a wild card berth. So those are our playoff seedings. I'll get this on the table. So the AL wild card will be Houston at Seattle, and I'm going to go through the whole schedule. I'll talk about how they do this. Boston at Toronto, and then in the NL wild card, it's the Mets and the Padres, and the Dodgers and the Cubs. And the winner of these series have a locked-in opponent. I was reading online how the MLB does this. They want to be sure that the number 1 seed doesn't face a divisional winner in their first series. So the Yankees will play either the Red Sox or the Blue Jays, and the Brewers will face either the Dodgers or the Cubs. And that will not change regardless of who wins these series. The seedings will not reseed. So these are best of 3 series, wild card series, and they're all played in the same city. They play them on consecutive days so as to shorten the window between. They don't want these guys sitting around for too long. So these are 3-game series, all played in Seattle, Toronto, San Diego, or Chicago, and best 2 out of 3 will advance. If anybody would like to play this, of course, with the in-season set, it's out there. It's been our most popular download of the entire year, the free in-season set. So if you have the in-season set or would like to download it and play one of these series for us, you're welcome to do that. If we don't hear from anybody, or we'll play it ourselves this weekend if we don't get community involvement. But anybody who'd like to play one of these series, either Houston at Seattle, Boston at Toronto, the Mets at the Padres, or the Dodgers at the Cubs, just let me know via chat or send me an email, info@play.com, and we will let you play that. And of course, then we'll move on to the next round. And the idea is we'll bring the final 4 teams with us to Davenport, Iowa in 2 weeks and have our World Series. We'll have the ALCS and LCS championships, and then we'll play the World Series pre-play next on September 14th. All right, what's our result of our vote? And let's get to playing some football. Sorry for the baseball detour, but I did want to get that out there. It was quite the afternoon watching the pennant races unfold. Here, I'm like
21% for Fury Football, 32% for 2024, and 46% for 1980. So we're playing 1980.
I guess we're playing 1980. All right. Well, that works for me. That should be actually a pretty good game. So let me get the 1980 teams out. That'll be a blast from the past. Let me find them here. Still in the. All right, there's Dallas. Oh yeah, Raphael Septien, Danny White. Oh yeah. We're going way. That's almost 50 years ago. That is hard to believe. Let's find Philadelphia. Here we go. All right, we'll set this aside. We'll play it at Philadelphia. I don't. You know what? I don't know who won the actual game, but I'm sure it was a quite the barn burner. I'm sure it was close. I doubt it was a. I say I'm sure. I doubt it was anything but a close, exciting game. All right, we'll set our timer. Let's see who gets the ball first. Eagles are at home, and so they'll have the black die. Cowboys wearing white. Then we get double
Real
twos.
quick, how should people let you know that they want to play a game for the?
You can mention in the chat if you want to. I mean,
There's a few people doing that. Do you want me to take note of it?
that's fine. Yeah, first dibs if you want to do it. Yeah, just make note of it, and we'll why don't you write it down or let me know at the end of the stream. It'd be great if we get all four of them covered. That'd be awesome. That'd be absolutely awesome. And you can play it if you want to play it in Express. That's fine. If you want to play it full play, that's fine too. Whatever you'd like to do is fine with me. Gonna do the re-roll this. Okay, so it looks like the Eagles are gonna win the toss. So they'll take the first half kick. Let me write down. I always forget who. I don't always forget. I do tend to forget who kicked off. So the Cowboys kicked off. Eagles get the second half kick. The Cowboys get the second half kick. All right. Here we go. Playing this in Express, and we are underway with the Cowboys kicking off. I guess I should look at the Cowboys kicker. I guess I really don't need to, do I? We're playing Express. It is going to. It's an O result on the first play, and it's a fumble. So 2 and a fumble. So looks like the Eagles will fumble the ball on their first possession. Now the way I play this is that's basically a turnover. It might not have happened on the kickoff return. It might have happened on the first series, but either way, the Cowboys are going to get the first break, and they will start deep in Eagles territory inside the 20-yard line. Let me get the game out here. That might help. So a shocking opening kickoff result. And here we go. Let's have we'll run. Nah, it's a big turnover. We'll do the pass sequence against a safe defense. 13. That's probably going to be. Let's see. Danny White is a B, so that will be complete for one zone. I'll try to pound it in against a run defense. So the Cowboys with a chance to. It looks like Bill Berge is going to make the stop, and the Cowboys have to take a field goal. 64. That might not even be good. Let's just check. Septien is a double A. That should be good. Yes, from 11 to 64, barely. He does boot it through though, so it's 3-0 Cowboys. And I got my handy dandy 3D6 Al Wilson scoreboard at the ready. Cowboys take the early lead, 3-0. Here's our kickoff, and they'll start in zone 2. And again, we're using the Madden method of always going this way. All right, so the Eagles are on offense. After that big Bill Berge stop makes the Cowboys settle for a field goal. Ron Jaworski, the Polish rifle. Remember him? They'll do a pass sequence to get things started against the safe defense. 41. I'm going to guess that Harold Carmichael is going to make this into a completion. Yep. For one zone. So Harold Carmichael snags it. We'll try a run sequence. Safe defense. Let's check Wilbert Montgomery. He is only a single A, so he'll get surrounded, but they will get a third down play. They'll try to run for it against the safe defense again. And we're checking the linebackers, Cowboy linebackers. Bob Brunig is there, but Mike Hagman can't make the stop, and looks like Leroy Harris will pound through for the first down. And we'll go with a pass sequence against a safe defense. Looks like, do we have a double asterisk receiver? We do not, so it's incomplete, but a third down opportunity. And again, we'll go to the air. Let's check the offensive line. Oh, Petey Perot is a 0, so it's going to allow a sack to kill the drive, and it'll be a punt for the Eagles. It's 4 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're going to pin them way back. With 5 minutes to go in the first period, Cowboys will take over deep in their own territory, inside their 10, leading 3-0. And we'll run it from here against a pass defense. They were looking for the pass. Offense penalty kills the drive, so they'll have to punt. And let's see, 6 on the punt. That is an O result. And it's a wow result. It's like a long punt, 5 zones. Good kick for Danny White. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the Eagles will take over here with 3 minutes to go. Not bad field position, but not the kind of field position they were hoping for with that kind of a pinned back in their own territory thing for the Cowboys. All right, Jaworski back to pass. Safe defense. Checking the Cowboy linebackers. D.D. Lewis and Mike Hagman are both 0s, so he'll throw under the coverage for a gain of 2 zones. And we'll try another passing sequence, this time against a pass defense. And checking the Cowboy backfield. Wow, they do have a couple of 0s back there, but they are 0 pluses, so now they're beyond midfield. That's actually going to be an interception because Jaworski's Y grade is 3, so he's picked off. Jaworski gets picked off by the Cowboys D, Dennis Thurman. And it will be 1 zone ahead. So it's a short pass. Cowboys will take over here again. Look at that. And that will bring us almost to the end of the first quarter. We'll go with a run. Give it up the middle. We'll give it to Tony Dorsett against a safe defense. It's a fumble. Is he? No, he doesn't have the exceptional rating. So Dorsett's going to cough it up as the quarter comes to an end. And the Eagles will get great field position just outside the Cowboys 20. 3-0 though. Lots of action, but not a lot of scoring yet. All right, so the Eagles take over. And let's try to keep it on the ground here against a blitzing defense. That's going to be a gain of 2 zones. So Leroy Harris bursts up the middle. We'll keep it on the ground. That interception is lingering in Jaworski's mind. See, that's going to be against a run defense close in. And we're going to check for the double asterisk, and nobody has it, so it's going to be stopped. So the Eagles will take the field goal attempt. Tony Franklin comes out. He's a single A, 11-63. Oh, 62. Man, these teams are not playing they're pushing it. So it's 3-3. He does bang it through, and it's 3-3 with 12 minutes to go in the period. Here's the kickoff. Ooh, they'll take it here. And let's go ahead and keep it on the ground with Dorsett against a blitzing defense. And stuffed at the line, and they're going to have to punt. Dorsett cannot get anything. A couple of incompletions, most likely. And on the punt, it's an O result. One zone. Oh, so it could be a return for a touchdown. If I roll a 1, it's return for a touchdown. Nope. So it's a long punt return by, who's the Eagles punt return? By Wally Henry. Down to the Cowboys, Cowboys just outside the Cowboys 20. So Wally Henry brings it back Danny White's punt a long way, and the Eagles are back in business. We'll try a run sequence against a blitz. And it will be an XR gain, a touchdown run. Touchdown run for, I don't have my D20. It's either oh, I got my, it's either Montgomery or Harris, probably Montgomery. So the Eagles will score. 8 minutes to go in the half. Here's the extra point. It is good. And the Eagles take the lead 10-3. Kicking it off. Here's Franklin on the kickoff. Cowboys will take over right here. And here we go. Danny White probably wants to have him go to the air against a safe defense. Checking the Eagle pass rush, and this is going to be enough to sack White, but he will have an opportunity for a long third down conversion. He'll obviously pass against a blitzing defense. And that will be incomplete. So they will punt again. 4 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that will put the Eagles starting right there with 4 minutes to play in the half, and the Eagles up 10-3. Let's try keeping it on the ground against a safe defense. Looks like no, they don't have a 2 defensive linemen yet. Randy White will be one, but not in this territory. So it's going to be a gain for Leroy Harris. 2 zones. We'll try to keep it on the ground. Again, safe. Checking the offensive line. Any 2s there? Nope, not on the run. So not much room. It's a 2-minute warning. They will get a third down conversion. We'll try to run it again against a run defense. See if they convert here. Yeah, they are going to convert for a zone. Minute and a half to go. Jaworski's going to try to get the points. Oh, and they're in the run defense. .32. 2 or more players in the offensive backfield rated 2 on the pass. Well, Jaworski's a 2, but I don't see anybody else back there, so that will be a no. Incomplete third down. Well, unfortunately, this is the last. They'll have to try the field goal at this point, probably. Let's see. It's going to be from the third zone, and he's D from close to. Oh gosh, that's terrible. 11-25. Kicking was a lot worse back then than it is now, and he misses it. All right, so 10-3 at the half, and the Eagles will kick off the second half. The Cowboys will take the ball. Franklin. Oops, I guess I only need to roll 1. I guess it was the same thing. Either 1 or a 3 is both the same thing. So we'll take it over here in the second zone, right here. So the Cowboys down 10-3. They're kind of fortunate to only be down 10-3. And we'll see if Robert Newhouse can pick up some yardage against the Eagle blitz. We're checking for superior players on the Cowboys offense, and at this juncture, there are 2, Herb Scott and Tony Dorsett. So Scott clears the block, Dorsett wiggles through and picks up. Ooh, it's a bust through for the long gain, 4 zones. Herb Scott with the big block, and Dorsett took advantage. White back to pass against a run defense. Got a 45. Offense penalty kills the drive. Well, let's get out Septien. He's double A. Actually, this would be... it's going to be a D from there. So he's going to be a D from zone 3. 11 to 25. So again, 11 to 25. And he makes it 24. Bangs it through. So Septien gets the field goal, making it 10 to 6. Eagles still with the lead. Here's the kickoff. Third zone for the Eagles. All right, let's have the Eagles run against a safe. Checking for defensive backs rated 0 on the run. There are 2 of them, Steve Wilson and Aaron Mitchell. Boy, they must have had some holes in that defensive backfield. So Wilson's out of position, and it'll be a gain of 1 zone. I'll go right back to that. Offense penalty kills the drive. All right, so another holding penalty. I'm going to punt. 3 zones. 1, 2, 3. Cowboys will take over here. Halfway through the third quarter. Dorsett. Oh, against a run defense. Checking for a 0 on the defensive line. Let me get the Eagles' defense up there. And Dennis Harrison is a 0. 0 plus, but that will count. He's going to miss the tackle. So Harrison's going to miss the tackle. Dorsett's going to run for a zone. Stick with it. This time against a safe defense. I'm kind of hesitant to pass with, the higher Y grades. That's going to be a gain for Dorsett of 1 zone. The drive continues. Methodical. Well, we'll have him throw a pass sequence. Safe defense. Checking for a linebacker rated 2 on the pass. Jerry Robinson will be. Oh, John Bunting is. So Bunting is going to bust through to sack. And that will force a punt. And we've got another O result. It'll be 2 zones. So another good return by Wally Henry. Puts the Eagles in business just shy of their own 35 with 3 minutes to go in the third period. Still 10 to 6 Eagles in our 1980 throwback game to kick off the football season. All right, so the Eagles have the ball. Let's go ahead and I think they probably, in this kind of a game, it just feels like they should just stick with it on the ground. Wait for the other team to make a mistake, right? Checking for superior players on the Eagles' offense. They do not have enough. We're going to have no gain, and they might, they get a third down play. They do not. So they'll punt. And it's another O result on the punt. And it's a wow result on the punt. So it's going to be another long punt. 5 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. Pinned them back. So the Cowboys, it's been a field position game, hasn't it? Wow. Still 10-6 Eagles. And Cowboys deep in their own territory. We don't want to pass here. We're going to give it up the middle with Newhouse, right? And Logan is a 2, but not a second 2, so he's going to charge through. Oh, it's an XR gain. 4 zones. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they move into Eagles territory. Now, again, that may have been more than one play. A couple of successful run plays, maybe even a pass mixed in there. But either way, they are now inside the Eagles' 50 as the fourth quarter begins. Still 10-6, but the Cowboys are on the move. Give it to Dorsett against a blitz. Two or more defensive linemen rated 0. That is a no. Wrestle down, and that'll end the drive. Well, I almost feel like they should go for it, but it's been a field position game, so they'll punt. That's another O result. Holy cow. 2 zones. 1, 2. Well, it does put him inside the 20, so there's a little pooch kick that doesn't really work that well. And we should be at 12 minutes now. Still 10-6. will give the ball to Wilbert Montgomery against a run defense. Offense penalty kills the drive and a punt. This has not been exactly a beautiful game, has it? 3 zones on the punt. So the Cowboys get pretty good field position here with 10 minutes to play in the game. I think let's have White go to the air against a run defense. Perfect time to do that. See if he can take advantage. With the Eagles looking to stop the run, it is going to be complete for 3 zones. Boy, he was almost broke it with an XP gain. We'll give it to Robert Newhouse. Run sequence against a blitz. And that's going to be a gain of 2. And that's a touchdown for the Cowboys. 8 minutes to play. The Cowboys are going to take the lead. Extra point is good. 13-6. Or 13-10, rather. All right. We have 8 minutes to go. Kickoff is going to be 3 zones. So the Eagles will take over here. 7 minutes to play. Can Jaworski bring them back? We'll go ahead and put it in the air against a safe defense. .45. Home team on offense. Home team is on offense. That'll be a completion. XP gain. Oh, it's a go result. They're going to score. Touchdown, Eagles. Just like that. That was a short-lived lead for the Cowboys. Big, long bomb to Harold Carmichael. Extra point is good. And quickly, the Eagles regain the lead. 17-13. Jaworski unloads. How tall was Harold Carmichael? I think he was like 6'10", if I remember correctly. It's an O result in the kickoff, and it will be 3 zones. So the Cowboys will start here. Now down by 4 again with 5 minutes to play. So does White go to the air, or does he try to get something on the ground? I think he's going to go to the air against a blitz. Defense penalty. It's a defensive pass interference call. 4 minutes to play. Now we'll go to the ground against a run defense. They were looking for that. Run sequence versus run defense, 15. Is runner B or better? He is. Yes, Robert Newhouse is given a grade of B for his first carry, so that will be a gain of 1. 3 minutes to go. Can the Cowboys pull it out? What should they do? I think they should probably... I'm going to have them run against a safe defense. Let's go to this run play. 31. Looks like Dorsett is going to slash past the defender for a gain of 2 zones. 2-minute warning. Cowboys knocking at the door. Inside the Eagle 10. They're going to try to punch it in with Newhouse. Blitzing defense. 36. Offense penalty kills the drive. Oh, no. Minute and a half. So they got to go for it. This is the play of the game right here with a minute and a half to go. 4th down at the Eagle 2. I see Danny White rolling out and trying to find Billy Joe Dupree on this pass sequence. And they are in a run defense. Here it is. B or better. He is a B. Complete. Touchdown, Cowboys. Minute to play. Extra point is good. So the Cowboys take the lead 20-17. Wow, this turned out to be quite the entertaining game. So there's a minute to play. This would be where we probably should go to the full play. Could you get me one of those books real quick? I don't think we necessarily need a field. I'll just keep track of the field position on a piece of paper because we're not going to have that. We're going to have maybe 6 plays here, tops. So with a minute to play, thank you very much. Minute to play, we're going to switch to full play here. And the Cowboys will kick off. I'm not going to get the extracted boards out. I'm just going to use the boards that are here inside the game book. So here's the kickoff. He is a C, 31, 63-yard kickoff. So that would be down to the 2-yard line for Billy Campfield. 45. Add 1. That's going to be a return of 22. So that's the 24-yard line. I'm going to grab one of my sheets of paper here. It's sort of a makeshift thing. So the Cowboys, let me move this book over to here. So Philadelphia, 1st and 10, own 24 with, and that would bring us down to 50 seconds to play. And we'll use the timing system that's in the game book. It's kind of a system I've grown accustomed to. So 50 seconds to play. Jaworski, he'll go medium. He'll look for Carmichael against a safe defense. 32, medium versus safe. We're going to check EA. That's Harold Carmichael. And we're going to go to the XM column based on Harold Carmichael's superior pass play ability. Is F a 2? No, Brunig's a 1. So it's a mismatch in coverage, 16-yard pickup for Carmichael. So that's 1st and 10 at the 40. And let's see if he gets out of bounds. Odd he does. He does not. They'll have to call timeout. They got 2 left. 42 seconds to play. Eagles at their own 40. We'll go medium. We'll go to Charlie Smith, the other wideout. And this time it's just a blitzing defense. It's an unusual result. Let's see. I need a medium pass against the blitzing defense. Here we go. And 50. Oh, it's a fumble. So -7 sack, fumble line. So Jaworski is sacked. There's a fumble. And let's see who gets it. The Cowboys get this game. It's game over. 44. Player I. Rated 0. Nope. That's Randy. No, that's Randy White. Yes. Randy White. Now, there would be a video review on this, but they didn't have that in 1980. So Randy White's going to get the sack and the strip and the fumble, and the Cowboys are going to run out the clock and win the game 20-17. Nice. All right, there you go. Well, that's our kickoff throwback Eagles Cowboys 1980. That was a good call. I'm glad you guys voted for that. That was fun. Seeing those guys back in action again. So did we get people signed up for the baseball?
Yeah, we got 2 signups.
We got 2 signups. All right, Vin, which ones do we have taken? Do you remember? I'll gonna check and see which series have been claimed, and then that way I'll know which ones to play myself or to put out there for anybody else.
John Wise wants Boston.
Okay.
And Michael Brada wants Chicago.
Writing this down. Okay, that means the Padres. Now, what does that leave us? Yeah, I'll double check it. My desk here is a mess. So we will have the other 2 series available for play. All right, thank you for watching tonight. Hope it's a great football season for you. We will see you next week, Thursday night, same time. We'll have our normal time. We bumped it ahead an hour this week, so you can now go watch the real game and not miss any of it. So thank you for watching tonight. We'll look forward to seeing you again next week right here on the Play Space Live.